What is up, everyone? Happy Monday. Guess what? If you didn't know, today is the day of the coffee drop. That's right. Right now, you can go order your coffee, whatever you're looking for. So, if you haven't ordered yet, just pause real quick, put that order in, and then come back to the video. Or you can do it afterward. Don't worry, not gonna sell out. Seems very unlikely, but I mean, I guess weirder things have happened. But I very doubt it. But all that aside, today, we're gonna have a little fun. And I was like, you know what? I haven't done a little recipe tutorial in a while. So today, in honor of October and it being almost Halloween, we are gonna make a delicious pumpkin spice latte syrup at home. And it is gonna be so good. So yeah, like I said, we are gonna be making a pumpkin spice syrup today, and we're gonna be making a nice, delicious coffee out of it. So I'm really excited about that. But real quick before we get into it, I just wanted to say a thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. You are what helped make this show happen. If you haven't checked out the Patreon, please do, especially if you're thinking about ordering a coffee, because there's a great deal if you're doing tier 3. You get a free bag of coffee every month. So really, it's one of the best deals that you can get on my Patreon. But all that aside, let's talk about syrup. And real quick, before we kind of get into it and how to make it, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about why I wanted to make this. So I love fall drinks. Like, I'm a big fan of pumpkin, like all those fall type flavors, all those spices, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, but I hate how much just garbage is in a drink from Starbucks or any other coffee shop when you get one that's just made with crap. And last fall, I had this delicious pumpkin latte with like this pumpkin puree, and it was so tasty. And I realized I want to try to recreate that this year. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make this really nice pumpkin syrup. It's gonna be very basic. You can make this at home. It's really simple. Syrups are honestly one of the easiest things to make. So like, just trust me, this will be something you can do. But right here is not really the best place for it. So are we gonna transition to the kitchen real quick? All right, so here are all the spices you're gonna need. Ground cloves, ground nutmeg, a little ground cinnamon, some ground ginger, and a little vanilla, whether it's like regular good quality vanilla or just some imitation vanilla. Sugar, duh, because it's a freaking syrup. And pumpkin, delicious. If you have time, I'd highly recommend making your own pumpkin puree, but I know that takes a lot of time. So if not, find a nice good pumpkin. And then lastly, you'll need some water and a nice saucepan. So let's combine this all on the stove. So this recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup. I'm gonna do a heaping 1/3 of a cup because I really like pumpkin. All right, all my ingredients are combined. I'm gonna now turn the heat on to about a medium high and get that to a boil. Obviously, I'm going to stir everything together. Guys, this smells incredible right now. I am so excited. So if you've never made a syrup before, basically, it's really not that hard. It's always gonna be a 1-to-1 ratio of water and sugar, unless you're putting something a little extra in. So like, because there's pumpkin puree in here, it's about 1.25 cups of water to about 1 cup of sugar, and then 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree. So yeah, it's always gonna be 1-to-1. So if you wanted to make like simple syrup at home for like your coffee or for some mixed drinks, literally just bring some water to a boil, add the exact same amount of sugar in. So if you do 200 grams of water, do 200 grams of sugar, and bang, there you go. You got yourself a simple syrup once it cools off. So we're gonna let this get to a boil, and then we'll check on it in a second. All right, so it's just now coming to a boil, and this is where you gotta be careful. You don't wanna burn it. So we're gonna turn it down to a medium heat, and you're gonna let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, and just keeping an eye on it, occasionally stirring every 30 seconds to a minute or so. You just wanna make sure the syrup doesn't burn. But guys, it smells so good in here right now, let me tell you. right, it's getting really, really close. We're almost time to pull it off. If you want to see kind of what it looks like, it's just getting a little, it's just barely coating the spoon. We're almost there, we're almost there. All right, so this is officially done. It looks freaking glorious, just absolutely delicious. So we're gonna set this off, let it kind of cool down, and we're gonna make a little whipped cream real quick. This is actually really easy. All you're gonna need is this. You can also use kind of like a hand blender or something, a little whipped cream. Get that all up in there. I'm just gonna use all of it, because why not? I like whipped cream, what can I say? And then I personally add a little bit of vanilla, just for some flavor. Not too much, just a couple splashes. And then either honey or agave nectar for a little bit of sweetness. Not too much though, not too much. Okay, blending this is the hardest part because you don't want to accidentally make butter. I wouldn't recommend using a blender like this, but I've done it a lot, so I feel pretty confident. You can also use a hand mixer or just like a regular mixer. And there you have it, a little fresh whipped cream. Oh, that tastes so good, that tastes so good. All right, gotta make some coffee, and then we're ready to go. All right, welcome back. So I already got the milk warmed up, I got the sauce in there, and we're just gonna mix it together, add the rest of the ingredients, and enjoy. All right, so I'm gonna use this matcha whisk to just whisk all of it together, make sure that it is as incorporated as possible, you know? Just want all those delicious flavors to be melded together. All right, next step is to add in your coffee. Make sure it's all nice and incorporated. And finally, the whipped cream. Add a little nutmeg and a little cinnamon for, you know, garnish. And there you have it, a beautiful pumpkin spice latte. All right, we're gonna take one to Zoe and see what he thinks.
All right. Let's see what he thinks. Oh, Lorenzo! Can you open the door? Wait. Nope, I can't get it.
That's what I think it is.
That's what you think it is, son.
Ooh. This thing looks sick.
Look at that.
All right. Oh my. Wow. Excuse me.
You enjoy that?
We'll leave you be. Have fun. All right. All right, guys. Oh man, I have outdone myself, guys. Well, I could sit here and talk to you guys for longer, but I want to enjoy this, so I'm gonna say peace out. I'll catch you all next week. Don't forget, the coffee has been released. If you like this or you try out this recipe, please let me know. I will link all of the ingredients that I used and like the recipe down below. So thank you all for joining me. Have a happily caffeinated week, and oh my gosh, the Caffeinated Consultant will catch you next week in the next video. Bye guys.